Hello, this is Jane Goodall, and I want to thank you for inviting me to share a few thoughts today. There's no question but that our planet and we are going through very dark times, almost all of our own making. I see our species as at the mouth of a very long, very dark tunnel, and right at the end, a little star is shining, and that represents hope. But it's no good sitting at the mouth of the tunnel and hoping that that star will come to us. We have to roll up our sleeves, and we have to climb over, crawl under, work our way around all the problems that lie between us and that star. And they are many. There's climate change, with its effects now showing all over the world. There's loss of biodiversity. We're in the midst of the sixth great extinction. There's overconsumption and unsustainable lifestyles, using up the planet's finite natural resources faster than nature can resolve them. There's poverty. People living in abject poverty will so often destroy the environment in order to find a way to survive. More land to grow more food, or charcoal and selling timber to make more money. There's commercial, industrial agriculture with its reliance on toxic chemical pesticides and fertilizers, and its reliance on artificial fertilizer. There's the fact that this is actually killing the soil on which we all depend. I could go on and on talking about what's going on the planet, the destruction of forests, the pollution of the ocean, the pollution of the land, air, and soil. But let's talk about what can be done. So the thing is that if we lose hope, and particularly if our young people lose hope, we're doomed. Because if you lose hope, you tend to fall into apathy and do nothing. Or you get angry and aggressive, which doesn't really help. Or you fall into deep depression. In fact, people are committing suicide. And all of that needs to stop if we're to save our planet for the future. The thing is that people are already working on all the problems I mentioned in that tunnel. But so often they're working separately, and instead of thinking of the whole picture. So one group may, yes, we've closed down that coal mine, we've stopped all those emissions going into the environment, but we're not realizing, unless we think of that whole picture, that we're causing massive unemployment, throwing some people into poverty, and they will then destroy the environment. So we have to think about these things together in collaboration so that we move forward to a better planet together. And that is just so very important. And this is where young people come into the picture. Students, like all of you at HU, University of Applied Sciences in Utrecht. Because back in 1991, when I discovered young people around the world were losing hope and falling into apathy and telling me that we had compromised their future and there was nothing they could do about it. We have compromised their future. In fact, ever since the Industrial Revolution, we've been stealing their future. Yes, students, we've been stealing your future. But it wasn't true, I thought, when they said there was nothing they could do about it. Because, in fact, there is so much that can be done. And that's why I started our Roots and Shoots program, Roots and Shoots, back then in 1991. And we decided the main message would be every single day, each one of us, that's me and you, we make some impact on the planet, and we have a choice as to what sort of impact we'll make. We also decided that because I learned in the rainforest when studying the chimpanzees that everything is interconnected, we decided each group of Roots and Shoots would tackle 3 projects, but they would choose them. And they would choose them as it related to the environment they lived in, their age, their social economic group, and so on. And one project would be to help people, one project would be to help the environment, and one would be to help the people, the animals, and the environment. And that program, which began with 12 high school students in Tanzania, is now in 66 countries and growing. We have members in kindergarten, even some preschoolers, and very, very strong in university, and even in groups of young people who've been through university or who have left school after high school. And all of these groups of young people choosing their own projects, already they're making a difference. Already when you start to take action, you see you've made a difference, and that makes you feel good and you want to feel better, so you do more. And you're inspiring those around you to join you, to make a difference, to feel better. And there's a saying, think globally, act locally. But you know that's the wrong way around. If you think globally about the problems we face, I defy any one of you not to feel despairing, to feel a loss of hope. But if we take action, if we see the difference we make, if we encourage others to join us, and if we realize that in all these other countries, either Roots and Shoots or other youth programs, or indeed individuals, are making a difference, then you have hope, and then you're inspired to do ever more to help our planet into the future, to help your children and theirs to live a better life, to take into account the fact that animals like us have personalities and feelings and emotions, to realize that in this factory farming, which is not only destroying the environment by clearing huge areas to grow grain to feed the animals, it's using lots of fossil fuel in order to get the grain to the animals to slaughter, and the meat to the table. And changing plant to animal protein takes an awful lot of water, and in some places water is increasingly scarce. And all of these animals produce methane gas in their digestion, another very virulent greenhouse gas. So I would encourage all of you students and your families and teachers too to form groups of Roots and Shoots, to sit down together, to talk about what you can do to make a difference. Feel that sense of accomplishment when you realize what you or your group has done. And the more we collaborate, the more we work together, the faster we will move out of this terrible mess that humanity has created. I'm sure many, if not all of you, have seen the picture of planet Earth from space, that beautiful blue with less and less green planet, which is surrounded by the black, cold immensity of space. It's our only home. How is the most intellectual species? Because yes, animals are way more intelligent than we used to think, but none of them can design a rocket to go up to Mars or the moon to take photographs of planet Earth. We have the internet. I'm speaking to you from the USA. Our brain, our intellect is amazing, but there seems to be a problem. It seems that in so many cases, our clever brain is separated from our human heart, love and compassion. And I truly believe only when head and heart work in harmony can we attain our true human potential. And as our Roots and Shoots groups say when they come together, where they've been sharing their projects with each other, which we do as often as possible, then they were standing saying, together we can, meaning we can save the planet. And I said to them, yes, we can. We have the methods, we have the wherewithal. We know what we need to do. But do we have the will? Do we have the will to tighten our belts and do the things we needs must do to save the planet for the future? So now they're saying, together we can, together we will save the planet. And I add, because we must. So thank you, and I hope the day goes really well. Bye now.